Norma and Forrest Gump were two of Sally Field's former film co-stars. At 78 years old, she is now confronted with the most challenging storm she has ever encountered. The world has lost faith in the two-time Oscar winner who once moved people with her authenticity and courage, and now she must fight physical agony, isolation, and haunting memories. What could possibly have caused this tragic decline in a Hollywood legend, a lady whose unwavering resilience had previously been lauded? The kind eyes and mild smile that captivated millions of fans. What's behind them? Could these setbacks be eroding the luster of a film that was once a shining emblem of the golden age of cinema? Watching today's video will take you on a journey through Sally Field's life, from her stormy but ultimately triumphant early years to her eerily quiet final years. It was not under the bright lights of Hollywood that Sally Field's worst hours began. The tin roof inside a dilapidated Pasadena house, however, shook during stormy nights. Squeezing into the little room, tiny Sally curled up on a narrow bed, listening to the chilly wind blow through the holes in the peeling walls and the stark nakedness of the room. There was no tranquility in the stillness. The language of disregard was icy and unsettling. When Sally came into this world on November 6, 1946, she did so into a paradoxical environment. Margaret Field, her stunning mother and an actress for Paramount, was always in a mad dash to shoot. Richard Dryden Field was her father. He was a severe, unyielding, and frequently missing World War II soldier. Sally was left trapped in the broken pieces of a home when her marriage disintegrated when she was just 4 years old. As opposed to a soft start, what came next was considerably more precarious. A dashing stuntman named Jock Mahoney marries her mother. But what happened behind closed doors was horrific. At the tender age of 13, Sally had her faith in her guardian shattered by infractions that she was unable to articulate, forced to endure their pain in quiet. In Pieces, her memoir published in 2018. She discussed how the wounds affected her emotionally and physically, leaving her feeling invisible and scarred. The callousness of her mother, who offered no comfort or even an embrace, was even more heartbreaking. Sally used to say that she felt like a little girl wailing inside, but no one was listening. The enormous, infinite landscape of darkness that was her youth was fashioned by that stillness. Sally realized she had a new outlet at school when she learned about the theater class. Performers lacked ambition. The goal was to stay alive. Onstage, she had the freedom to assume any persona, to speak what was taboo in her own home. I was able to overcome my fear and become someone confident via acting. She came clean later on. Each adolescent part was like a lifeline for her. Everything shifted in the early 1960s at a high school party. Sally was asked to try out at Columbia Studios by a talent scout who had spotted her out of the ordinary behavior. Opening a new door in the faint light of the celebration was the invitation, like a small beam of light penetrating the darkness. However, her ordeal with the shadows was far from over. Sally was confronted with an undesired pregnancy in 1963 when she was only 17 years old, something that came out of a chance meeting at a graduation celebration. Instead of affection and protection, there was just bewilderment, pressure, and silence. With icy silence, her stepfather, the one who had betrayed her trust, arranged for her to be taken to a